Most people think retiring abroad is just about finding the cheapest beach or the lowest rent. But chasing a cheap cost of living is the fastest way to hit a massive wall, the visa bureaucracy. The truth is, many of the world's most affordable countries actually make staying there a legal nightmare. The real secret isn't finding the lowest prices, it is finding the rare countries where your budget, your lifestyle, and a frictionless permanent residency visa perfectly collide. Today we are counting down the 4 easiest places to legally retire in 2026, and the country taking the #1 spot doesn't just let you in. It legally mandates that your expenses drop the moment you arrive. Let's start with what might be the most overlooked tropical haven on the map. Coming in at number 4 is Mauritius. When most people think of a retirement safe haven, their minds immediately go to Central America or Southern Europe. An island nation in the Indian Ocean usually sounds like a vacation spot, not a realistic permanent home. But this is where Mauritius breaks the mold. It has quietly built one of the most retiree-friendly immigration programs in the world, the Retired Non-Citizen Residence Permit. The requirement is surprisingly straightforward. If you're at least 50 years old, you simply need to transfer $1,500 per month from your home bank into a personal account in Mauritius. That is the baseline. But here is the real advantage. Most affordable countries force you onto a treadmill of annual visa renewals, creating constant anxiety about your legal status. Mauritius does the exact opposite. They grant you a massive 10-year visa validity right out of the gate, which is indefinitely renewable as long as you maintain the financial transfer. Furthermore, your spouse and dependents are automatically covered under your permit. For a Western retiree, this represents something incredibly rare: total stability in a tropical, English-speaking sanctuary with a high standard of living and generous tax benefits. But what if your goal isn't just a tropical island? What if you want the prestige, healthcare, and infrastructure of Western Europe, but at a fraction of the cost? That brings us to number 3, Portugal. It is no secret that Western Europe has become punishingly expensive over the last decade, but Portugal remains the great exception. It offers modern amenities, widespread English, and a globally ranked healthcare system at prices that feel like they belong to a different era. However, the real draw isn't just the local prices. It is the D7 passive income visa. Many European countries require you to park millions in real estate just to get a foot in the door. Portugal simply requires you to prove you can support yourself. You need a guaranteed passive income tied to the country's minimum wage. Right now, that sits at roughly €920, or about $1,000 a month for a single applicant. And unlike other strict retirement visas, this doesn't have to be a traditional pension. Social security, rental income, and dividends all count toward the requirement. And that creates a massive opportunity. Because at around $1,000 a month, a standard retirement income suddenly unlocks one of the most valuable assets on Earth. But here is where Portugal completely separates itself from the rest of the world. Almost every retirement visa on Earth comes with a massive legal restriction. You are strictly forbidden from participating in the local economy. Portugal does the exact opposite. Once your D7 residency is approved, you are legally granted full rights to find local employment, freelance, or start a business. And that changes the entire retirement equation. It means your career doesn't have to be a full stop. We are seeing American retirees use this exact visa to launch highly successful second acts. Whether that means offering remote consulting, freelance writing, teaching English, or opening local boutique guest houses and expat relocation services, you are never forced to sit on the sidelines. Because at around $1,000 a month in required passive income, you aren't just buying affordable rent. You are securing full, unrestricted access to live, earn, and travel anywhere across the European Union. Portugal proves you can still access Europe without draining your life savings and without giving up your right to make money. But if you want to bypass the long transatlantic flights and stay close to North America, our next country offers a completely different kind of freedom. Taking our number 2 spot is Costa Rica. Famous for its incredible biodiversity and the relaxed pura vida lifestyle, it has been a magnet for North American expats for decades. It is safe, the healthcare is top tier, and the climate is practically perfect. But what makes Costa Rica a powerhouse for relocation is how seamlessly it removes the risk of moving abroad. When you relocate, the biggest fear is the unknown. What if the reality doesn't match the expectation? Costa Rica solves this immediately. US, Canadian, and European passport holders are automatically granted 180 days visa-free upon entry. You can literally pack your bags tomorrow, fly down, and live there for 6 months with zero prior paperwork to test out the lifestyle. It is the ultimate risk-free trial. When you're finally ready to make it official, their pensionado visa takes over. The requirement is a proven guaranteed lifetime pension or social security income of exactly $1,000 per month. Once approved, you gain access to their highly affordable national public health system, alongside their excellent private network. Your savings aren't just stretched further, they are protected by a safety net that is often vastly cheaper than what you would find in the US. Costa Rica is the ultimate low-friction transition. But as impressive as a 6-month test drive is, it still cannot compete with a country that actively subsidizes your new life. Finally, the #1 easiest and most lucrative country to retire in 2026 is Panama. If you engineered the perfect retirement destination, it would look exactly like this. It checks every single box: tropical weather, a short flight from North America, top-rated modern infrastructure, and a fully dollarized economy. That means no currency conversion headaches and no watching your purchasing power evaporate due to shifting exchange rates. But the real reason Panama claims the top spot is the legendary Panama Pensionado program. It is available to anyone 18 or older, provided you have a guaranteed lifetime pension or social security income of $1,000 a month. And if your monthly pension falls slightly short, you can still qualify at $750 a month by purchasing Panamanian real estate worth at least $100,000. But here is what separates Panama from the rest of the world. Once you hold that pensionado visa, the Panamanian government legally mandates that businesses give you a discount on your daily life. We are talking 50% off entertainment like movies and concerts, 25% off restaurant meals and utility bills, 20% off medical consultations and prescription drugs, and even 25% off domestic flights. It is hands down the most complete, budget-stretching retirement program on Earth. Your standard of living isn't just protected by lower local prices, it is permanently subsidized by national law. What these 4 countries reveal is a massive shift in how we should approach moving abroad. The biggest opportunity isn't necessarily finding the absolute cheapest dirt road on the map. It is finding the country where your income, your desired lifestyle, and the legal framework perfectly align.